Hello, hello, hello. My name is going to be Michaela Whisper, and I am once again welcoming you back to the Whispered Woods. Today is Draft Diaries Week 1. Quite a fun occasion. Unfortunately, it's not the best of ratios, but we will figure that out. Now, today we'll be going over my team and the battle from week 1. Hopefully, if I remember correctly while I'm editing, right around here you'll get my opponent's team, or at least their roster. So, starting, my team's nicknames are all based off different musical references. I have an entire playlist that I might put in the description. Depends on my mood. So, starting off, we have Tomb of the Boom, Blood Moon Ursaluna. I thought it was pretty funny, but we're just running almost max HP, max special attack, modest nature. The special defense investment was from the original version, which would have ran Assault Vest. I wanted that little bit of a boost because I thought it would be helpful. Earth Power, Moonlight, Blood Moon. Calm Mind feels like a pretty normalized set for Ursaluna. Speaking of normalized set, Choice Scarf is Galarian Zapdos. D4C. For any of you who aren't JoJo fans, dirty deeds done dirt cheap. As I said, Choice Scarf, obviously Defiant, max attack, max speed, jolly nature, Thunderous Kick, U-turn, knockoff, Brave Bird. The actual plan was to use a lot more of U-turn in this match than I used. I think knockoff got used more than anything else. Then, Nightmare, the Chi-Yu, holding choice specs, max special attack, max speed, Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, Terra Blast with Fairy Terra, and Psychic. Personally, I think Fairy Chi-Yu is the best option. I'm limited to only having Fairy or Water, so between the two, I prefer to pump out Fairy. Devil Trigger, the Gallade, Expert Belt, Sharpness with max boosted attack and speed. Night Slash, Psycho Cut, Agility, Leaf Blade. Now the original strategy going in was going to be Agility Focus Sash for a sweeper, but then during my test battles I determined that even a fairy move did not really one-shot Gallade. So, we switched over to the Expert Belt, just to get a little bit more use out of it. Now you might also be thinking, okay, you have 2 coverage moves. Any reason? There is a reason. I found that Leaf Blade and Night Slash would be better than running Sacred Sword. The reason for that, in between Flying Resist and just having access to Ghost types, my opponent had a lot of ways to deal with Sacred Sword. Versus Leaf Blade, Night Slash, there was a lot less options. Now to the ones that are painful. Bye. My Ambipom. Technician, Heavy Duty Boots, max attack, boosted speed. Fake Out, Knockoff, U-turn, Taunt. This is going to be something we bring up, so I might as well do it now. In this league, we have a injury system in which somebody can purchase injury tickets and put them on you. I had 2 of them on me going into this week 1 match. Each Pokemon that gets knocked out has a chance to get injured, and I know I've already implied it in the 0 video, so Ambipom was in fact one of my Pokemon that got injured. He will be out for, or she will be out for the next 9 weeks. I can't really do too much about it yet. I'll be able to once I get the next Pokemon fully healed up. Gasoline the Charizard. And yes, 2 Halsey references. I really like listening to Halsey. But this is... Blaze is the basic because I don't really care about its ability before it megas. Max special attack, boosted speed. Night Slash, good for trying to fish crits, I thought. Defog, because in my testing I was really having a hard time dealing with Stealth Rocks. Weather Ball, and Solar Beam. Good coverage moves. Gives me good fire stab, because for the most part I should have the sun up. And then Solar Beam. So, hop over here. I'm already at the end, so don't mind the spoilers. And we'll start it from the beginning. And immediately off the bat, we have Charizard versus Aerodactyl. I feel like you can probably guess how this battle is going to go. But we switch out to Tomb of the Boom. We take the Stone Edge fairly well. And we hit a Blood Moon. I forgot it was resisted, if I'm being completely honest here. But then I went for the Calm Mind on the switch-in. And he got a Toxic. Now there are a lot of things in this game that are going to come back to haunt me. This Jellicent is one of them. Predicts the Blood Moon, goes for Protect. I should have done something else there instead of going for it. And here I probably shouldn't have used Calm Mind, because now we're just in the feedback loop of me getting a lot of fumbles back to back because I just was not thinking. Just like I really don't think I should have kept Ursaluna in the battle at this point, but I forgot how Toxic works. And here we have Devil Trigger, which this is probably the turning point of the match. I know it's early to say turn 12 is the turning point, but him getting that strength sap off on Gallade really just bites me throughout this match because he's so much higher than he should be. This was a little miserable on my end because I had to get rid of the Stealth Rocks, but it's just giving him a free Toxic. You could have went for anything else too in that instance. And I did not have anything on my Charizard to help me. This battle really was a case of my opponent just reading me so well. This one did work in my favor, though. It could have. Which I'm actually confused why it worked that way. Because normally Strength Sap regains you for what they lost, but I don't lose it with Defiant. But hey, that's a question for later. Sets up Reflect, I get the knockoff, loses the Light Clay, but unfortunately at this point Zapdos is so low I can't keep it in. And also this is why Night Slash was here. Just there's a lot of his team that does not like getting hit by it. This was a free turn for him, which I regret giving. And this also just did not help me, setting in front of a substitute that I could not break. He got 2 Calm Minds off for the price of this one substitute, which is a ratio I just can't allow somebody to get off on me again. I definitely, as we watch through the end of this, I definitely see opportunities for improvement in future battles. Stall is a little hard for me to deal with if I'm not going in prepared for it, which typically you're not. We have Chi-Yu come out, who I think I immediately Fairy Terra just to not deal with him, but even then it's a little too late. I don't think I had a great matchup at this point. Yep, And we go for the knockoff, but it's not going to do much. Ambipom goes down. We switch into Chi-Yu. And I think I go for a Psychic here, which doesn't do a lot. And he heals back what I can do in damage, so. So that was our week 1. It was a little bit of a struggle, and as I said, my Charizard and Ambipom are currently injured. The baseline injuries for Ambipom were 9 weeks, and my Charizard was 8 weeks. I am using my own injury cards to send Charizard to the... We're getting Charizard the best rehab we can afford, which, if everything goes according to plan, Charizard should be back in action by the time we have our week 4 matchup, which is a lot better than not coming back until week 9. We had to make a couple switches in our roster to compensate for it, but we're coming back for week 2. That battle should be happening within the next few days here from recording. And honestly, I'm excited about it. I think that I can address some of the bigger mistakes I made and start improving upon them. If anybody has anything they'd like to comment on about my performance, please let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. It will greatly help. I am still blown away on how much that first video is actually growing for me. I did not expect to hit, I think it was 35 to 40 views in the first 2 days, which for a channel as small as mine means the world to me, and I'd like to thank everyone who helped make that possible. But until we meet again, thank you for joining me in the woods today. My name is Michaela, and I will see you all next time.